Is Nintendo Switch Online still a bad deal, or has it actually improved as the Nintendo Switch has aged for the past 5 years? Let's talk about it. Hello there, everyone. Welcome back to the channel. My name is Botox Media. Today, I wanted to do a pretty casual discussion topic. You know, lay back. Let's get comfy. And I'm gonna piss a lot of people off in this video because there has been this renowned hatred for Nintendo Switch Online ever since it came out, and for a while there, I got it. I really did. And then especially when this expansion pack thing started last October, I believe it was in the September 2021 Direct, right? They announced all the expansion pack stuff with N64 and Genesis, and then the DLC expansions being included. People really didn't like that. And I want to make this video and just kind of question why. So obviously last week I did a video talking about what GBA games I want to see on the service when they inevitably come. It's been data mined. GBA games are coming probably this year. And I got a lot of comments on Twitter and in the comments of the video saying like, hey man, Switch Online is a bad deal. And I keep making this joke on Twitter saying like, oh, best deal in gaming, because people say that for Game Pass. And obviously, yes, Game Pass is a very good deal. That's obviously me being a little bit facetious. However, I actually think Switch Online is a really good deal. Let's get this straight though, because I know there's gonna be comments about this. I've actually had comments about this on like my PS3 video from a few months back. Paying for online sucks. I never want to pay for online. So yes, from that aspect, having to pay $20 a year for like the base package for Switch Online isn't great. Nintendo is lacking in major features that should be there. And like, yes, I could sit here and try to make the argument that like, well, everybody else makes you charge for it or pay for it, and like, well, yeah, I could do that, but it still sucks that I have to pay on PlayStation and Xbox, you know. So yes, if you're looking at it from the perspective of, oh, I'm paying this money to play the games online, then it is not a good deal. However, if you're looking at it from the perspective of, oh, I can play these classic games on my console in the comfort of, you know, not having to do emulators and all that, dude, it's absolutely worth it. Plus, now you get the expansions. So let's talk about emulation and the games and consoles currently provided. So here's the thing, right? I'm gonna get so many comments. I'm gonna get bombarded with comments saying, just emulate the games, just hack your Switch, you can get them for free. Okay, but what if I don't want to, though? I am not shy to homebrew and emulators. I'm not. My 3DS is modded. But guys, what if I don't want to do that, though? What if I want to just sit back on my couch, have my Switch Pro controller, and just play Paper Mario, which I just did, by the way, for the first time. Fantastic game. For, well, right now, so I'm actually in a family plan with 8 other people, so I'm paying $10 a year. For $10 a year, bro, absolutely fantastic deal. I'm getting online play, which, once again, shouldn't be paid to begin with, especially considering how not great Nintendo's online features are. However, for $10 a year, I'm getting a catalog of classic NES and SNES games, which, to be honest, I don't really care that much about anymore. But, more importantly, even the N64 stuff, I don't care that much about. But, most importantly, the expansions. And the GBA games will be really nice if those happen, especially if Pokemon ends up being on there, but that's speculative. Here's the thing. The expansions that they're adding, pay for it. They pay for it instantly. I'm a big Nintendo fan. I buy pretty much every first-party Nintendo release on the Switch. If they release 2 games a year that get paid expansions, it pays for itself. And I know when it was first announced that the Happy Home Paradise DLC for Animal Crossing was going to be included, a lot of people were actually pretty negative, saying, well, why would I pay to kind of rent it versus pay to own it? Pay $25 to own it versus pay $50 a year for most people, because that's like the solo plan. Pay $50 a year to rent it. That's a good point. If you want to just own it, I guess that makes sense. However, I'm looking at it from the perspective of, I love my Switch. I'm going to be playing it until it's dead. Until the console, like, isn't, you know, until Nintendo's not making games for it. I'm going to be playing it probably well into the life cycle of their next console. At the rate we're going here with how great the library is. Why would I not have the service ever again? Like, yeah, if I have to cancel my Switch Online subscription, that sucks. Then I don't have the Mario Kart DLC. I don't have Happy Home Paradise. I don't have, they just added Splatoon 2's Octo expansion. That would suck. However, counterpoint, why would I even need that DLC to begin with if I don't have online? Like, I'm not too familiar with Animal Crossing, but for me, the Mario Kart DLC is a big thing. $25 for the next 2 years. I'm getting new tracks for that game. I'm paying $10 a year to get that now, with a bunch of other benefits. All the virtual console games, of course, online play is bundled in with that, right? So for me, it's like, okay, I'm gonna need online to play Mario Kart 8 Deluxe and enjoy it anyway. So why not just pay to rent it? And I know that's not a fun term for a lot of people. People like to pay to own their games, and let's go back to Virtual Console for a second. Everybody was really disappointed that you can't just pay outright and own your Virtual Console games. I agree. It is scary. Nintendo could have some license agreement run out on. I'm not really sure what third-party games are on the service right now, but I don't know. Is there a Castlevania on there? I don't think so. I'm trying to think, like Wimback on N64. That's on there. There could be some licensing agreement that runs out and they have to take it out. At which point, yeah, that sucks. But, like, I don't know. At that point, the Switch will probably be already dead. And at that point, then you mod it. Then you do your homebrew crap, right? I don't know. I know I'm kind of rambling, but for me, the Switch Online has actually been a exceedingly good deal as time goes on. As they keep adding more and more features to it, especially if we get GBA games this year, especially if, you know, Mario Strikers Battle League has a season pass, or put your money down right now, fellas. Splatoon 3 is going to have some sort of paid DLC that will be included in it. They could even go back. I mean, they went back and added Octo expansion, which I already had, you know, of course, but you know, for future reference, I'm not going to be buying their DLC outright because they're probably going to add it to the service. You know, they could go back and even add, like, I don't know, Fighters Pass 1 to it, which would be a great value for Smash owners that haven't bought the DLC. Maybe like Fire Emblem 3 Houses. Fire Emblem 3 Hopes, maybe we'll have a season pass, you know? There is a ton of potential there for them to keep expanding the value of it, of course, with GBA games, and I think that's about as far as they'll go, but maybe they'll do, like, I don't know, like Turbo Graphics again or something, as like a little knockoff's a mean word, a little like random third-party console, you know, just keep expanding the value. I don't think they're gonna make another like what's it called, like another tier like PS Plus is doing with their 3 tiers right now, which, by the way, I also don't think is a bad deal. People are freaking out about that today when I'm recording this. I don't think that's a very bad deal either, based on what you're getting. But yeah, I just think the promise for Switch Online right now is honestly really good. And I don't know. I wanted to talk about it. Now I should say, and I'm gonna make this point. I mentioned that I keep joking on Twitter that it's the best deal in gaming because that's what they keep saying for Game Pass. Obviously, yes, Game Pass is unequivocally the best deal in gaming, especially if Microsoft can ever get a game out the door. You know, Starfield just got delayed in Redfall, so obviously if those games had come out this year, that would have been amazing. It's still going to be amazing when they come out next year. No harm in the delay, right? Game Pass is a really great deal whenever they actually release games. But, point aside, having just played Paper Mario for the first time, and I don't know if it'll already be up before this or maybe it'll be up after. I'm going to have a full video kind of reviewing Paper Mario because I played it for the first time on N64 through the Switch Online. Playing that game made me realize something. I'm a huge Nintendo fan, and I haven't played that game. There are so many people that I know that haven't played Majora's Mask. There are people I know that haven't played Mario 64. And I know right now I'm just talking about Nintendo 64 stuff. There's even SNES stuff. My friend Caleb hasn't played Super Metroid, right? He's on the channel a lot. A lot of people haven't played these classic games. So to be honest with you, when I say it's the best deal in gaming, I'm being very facetious. It kind of is. If you look at the quality of Nintendo's first-party games from, well, not even counting NES, because who cares? I mean, it has Zelda 1 and Zelda 2. Those are pretty good. Outside of that, not much. But SNES and N64, plus you include the value, not even including the value of the expansions, because whatever. But just SNES and N64, some of the greatest games of all time are on those consoles. When I look at Game Pass, and I don't even have an Xbox anymore. I actually sold my Series X pretty soon after getting it because I realized I didn't have much of a reason to own it. I do want to get it again before Starfield, by the way, because the Bethesda acquisition, you know, kind of put me in a, or actually the Activision acquisition kind of put me in a corner here for Call of Duty, I think. But when I had my Series X, looking at Game Pass, yes, there is a ton of variety. there's hundreds of games. How many games are the greatest games of all time, though? Like, most of it's indie games, which is fine. Shout out to indies. That's fine. Most of it's indie games. Most of it's Xbox's own first-party games, which I'm sorry aren't very good, at least for right now. I think the Bethesda stuff's going to be great, and Call of Duty's fine. Xbox's first-party, especially since it's mostly their stuff from the Xbox One generation on there, not great. You have Halo. You have your Gears. Forza's their best series. You have stuff like Sea of Thieves, which is popular, but, like, how many games on Game Pass are, you know, unequivocally considered, like, the greatest Metroidvania of all time? The greatest, I mean, they have Ori, I guess that's a bad argument. But, like, you get what I'm saying, though, right? Like, Nintendo's IP and Nintendo's games are some of the highest rated games of all time. Versus Game Pass, which has way more games and way more variety. They aren't classics for the most part. You have, like I said, you have Halo, you have Gears. I think, you know, it has, like, Fallout in there now. But, like, it's not to that level. Maybe I'm not making a good argument. I don't know. I'm kind of rambling. I'm not trying to demean Game Pass at all either, by the way. Game Pass is obviously a great deal. But when people put down Switch Online, and especially even today, I was kind of contemplating making a video on the PS Plus stuff. When they put down that because they want to defend Game Pass, it's kind of annoying to me because it's like, all three of these are great. You're getting a ton of games. And I know a lot of people are going to comment on this video, I can just emulate them. That's illegal. Obviously, like I said, I don't really care. But I always see this argument in regards to emulation, where it's like, if they won't give me a reasonable way to purchase these games and play these games on modern hardware, why would I not do it? And in certain cases, I absolutely agree. Why would you go pay scalper prices for, I'm trying to think of a random example, like, I'm not sure how much, like, Mario, that's not a good example. What's a good, like, Nintendo example of a game that's super expensive? That's older. I can't think of a great example. But, I don't know, a PS1 example, like Legend of Dragoon or something, right? You can't really get that game cheap. Mega Man Legends. You can't get these games cheap online, used. They don't release them on PlayStation or Nintendo. So yeah, emulate those. That's fine. But when you're emulating N64 games that are obviously available, not even just on Switch, though. I mean, at this point, I'm outside the argument of Switch Online being good. But when you're emulating stuff that is actually available, I don't know. I think people that try to defend emulation and ROMs and all that are kind of funny to me because they're very, like, two-faced. You know? They'll say this, and then they'll go and do another thing. Like I said, I have no actual issue with it. If you want to do it, that's fine. Just don't use it as an argument like that, you know? Don't be like, oh, it's because they didn't give me a real way to buy them. Dude, shut up. Dude, shut up. I've seen so many people say that, but, like, you damn well know you're doing it anyway. And I do it too, okay? But I don't say that stuff. I don't know what this video has turned into. Moral of the story is, Switch Online has a very promising future. If it keeps getting more consoles with GBA, if it maybe gets Pokemon on there, if it gets more expansions, I think it's actually going to be a pretty damn good deal. Obviously, a lot of people are always going to be crapping on it because of Nintendo's lacking online infrastructure, which is true. It is bad. They need to fix it. I don't think that's going to happen on the Switch. Maybe the Switch 2. But yeah, I think it's a pretty good deal. Let me know what you all think of Switch Online down in the comments below. I feel like I'm going to get ripped to shreds for this video. I said so many controversial things, but with that said, of course, if you enjoy this type of content, if you enjoy 3DS, Wii U, Switch content, subscribe to the channel, hit that bell so you don't miss a video. Of course, you can follow me on Twitter at PoTalksMedia, and we do have a Discord. A link to that is down in the description. Until next time, guys, I need to go sit back and get some popcorn for the comment section on this one, I think. Bye-bye.